For me, Proposition S is important. First off, Prop S reminds me of students, but I know that it also means staffing, salary, and also safety. It's important that we realize we continue to be the fastest growing district in the state of Missouri year after year after year. And while we do so much to stay ahead of the game and to make sure that our schools are physically ready for students and student success, we have to keep in mind that it takes highly qualified staff in the right seats to support our kids. And over the years, I have seen a trend of students with diverse needs needing added support, and we have to have a diverse staff ready to meet these needs.
From when I was in school, even to now, or even since starting my teaching career over the last 10 years, it has dramatically shifted. My mom was an educator for 30 years in Wentzville, and we have so many conversations about the differences in students, differences in the profession, and I think that there's been such a shift in our kids needing more when they're here at school. It's so much more than just math and science and reading. I feel like it's really about taking care of the whole child. It's making sure that they're socially, emotionally, physically well and ready to learn.
We look at every opportunity we have in terms of time, money, and resource to support our students. But there is a point in time where you do get stretched thin. And for us, when we start to stretch really thin, it impacts students. Specifically on my end, I see a need annually for more support for reading intervention. We have a reading interventionist. She spends the bulk of her time supporting grades K1 and 2, but she's not able to meet the needs of all the kids that could use some extra tutoring and extra support.
The hardest part for me with the growth and the challenge is just knowing that there's those kiddos in those classrooms that would thrive in here, and I know how to help them, and I just can't get to them, and my teacher heart wants to get to them and wants to help all the kids. I'm only here half, I'm split between two schools. Typically we have about 20% in every school that would need some support, and we reach about 7%. So that's really hard on us reading teachers because we want to help all of our kiddos. They are getting support for sure, but they're not getting exactly what we can give.
Which means by the time they get to us in high school, there are some gaps in their learning, and we try to fill in those gaps. But if we were to maybe have some interventionists in the K-8 levels, that would definitely help us in the high school level because they would come to us with fewer gaps in that learning. They would have more of those aha moments in the elementary and middle schools, so when they got to us, we could build on that knowledge.
As a Wentzville School District elementary principal, we're building the foundation for future success for our kids. And when we can see cracks in the foundation, we want to do everything we can to fill those voids and to help support kids to keep them up to their grade level speed. I see firsthand the kids that slide through the cracks, and we're doing everything we can with the great staff that we have. But as we continue to grow, Wabash itself right now has 930 students. There's a lot of diverse needs coming in. But sometimes in order to best focus on our students, we also have to talk about salary and we have to talk about staffing. We're talking about our students and our children here in the Wentzville community. We want to make sure that they're getting the best opportunities possible. Part of being the best is making sure that we are attracting and retaining highly qualified staff. We need to make sure that we're competitive. It doesn't matter if this is support staff, certified staff, admin, we're looking for the best staff at every level because every one of our employees in the Wentzville School District is a part of Team Wentzville and impacts the daily lives of our students. So whether it's a bus driver, a custodian, a teacher, a counselor, an administrator, this is about supporting the staff so that we can better support the students.
Our focus as a district has been on making sure we have the space for those kids and making sure that as we continue to grow, we're building places for these students to achieve. And I think now our focus needs to shift to, okay, are we supporting them in the classroom and in these buildings in the ways that best benefits all students?